Hello and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews, and today I'm happy to take you up to Nagano Prefecture in the central part of Japan, and we're going to look at some beers from one of my favorite breweries, and that is Shiga Kogen beer, also part of the Tamamura-Honten group. And Shiga Kogen started in 2003 and started producing beer in 2004. Tamamura-Honten is actually a sake brewery, and they go back to 1805. And in 2003, a man named Sato Eigo joined Tamamura-Honten and started the Shiga Kogen beer line, and he began producing beer in 2004. And they produce a wide variety of beers. If you go on their website, you can see many kinds. And of special note are their bottled barrel-aged Yamabushi series, which have been aged and blended, and really some fantastic kind of oak-aged beers. The Yamabushi series is one you should probably try if you're interested in Japanese craft beer. Shiga Kogen also is notable for growing some of their own ingredients. They try to use at least 20% of hops that they have grown in all their beers, and in the Yamabushi series, 100% of their own hops. And the hops are generally that they use are generally Shinshu Wase. They do grow other varieties, but Shinshu Wase is the most famous variety grown in Japan, actually. And they also they have a tap room next to the brewery called the Teppa Room, where you can go and try 8 different types of beer and buy things like coffee, desserts, and T-shirts and that sort of thing. I did get a T-shirt there, and I visited there once, quite a few years ago, 10 years ago or so maybe. And they have a place called the Farmhouse up the road a bit, and that is a restaurant as well. And very close by they have a sake museum, and you can learn a lot about the history and the production of sake if you're interested in that. And we're going to look at a series of different beers from Shiga Kogen, and I will introduce them one by one. And I should mention also their music festival, which, to my knowledge, hasn't been held since the beginning of COVID, but it used to be a great event called Snow Monkey Live. Yes, Snow Monkeys. They have hot springs in that area, and the monkeys in that area like to sit in the hot springs. So Snow Monkey Live was a beer and music festival, and I don't know much about the music that they had, but they invited some of the most interesting brewers in Japan and from abroad as well. I never got to go, but some friends of mine went a few times as well. Snow Monkey Live. Okay, well, let's get into the beer that we're going to look at from Shiga Kogen Brewery. All right, and here we have a beer from Shiga Kogen, and this is a collaboration with their parent company, Tamamura-Honten, which of course is a sake maker. And it's a collaboration in the sense that it's a hybrid beer. It's a sake IPA. And the beer is made with what's called Miyama Nishiki rice, and they also use other rice as well. I'll give the full ingredients in a minute here. So, a hybrid beer. Engi was the name of a sake produced by Tamamura-Honten, and this one, I guess they're exclaiming and questioning, is it really Engi sake? But of course it's not. 11% alcohol by volume and 52 international bittering units, and most sakes would be a little bit higher in alcohol, and of course less bitter, 0 bittering units probably. Yeah. And so this is the 5th year that they've made this, or the 5th time they have collaborated with Tamamura-Honten to produce this. And the Engi sake was produced in 2023. And it uses what's called Miyama Nishiki rice, a very high quality rice, and the sake made from that is a Junmai Ginjo, which means a 55% polishing rate on the rice, so pretty high. This one cost 825 yen. It's one of the more expensive limited editions from Shiga Kogen, and that would be $5.27 in US dollar terms, and in euros, €5.07. There were 58 ratings when I checked on Untapped, and the average again was high, pretty high, 5.83 out of 5. So, okay, so I'm curious as how this will be. I think it's going to be a sipper. And I think I will start off rather slowly with it. Okay, here we go. Let's give this a go. Okay. Okay, so it is very, very light, pale blonde color. And you can see the very substantial carbonation just sort of streaming up there beautifully from the bottom. Nice color, nice color. And very little head. Okay. So again, the ingredients include this Miyama-nishiki sake rice, and then also another variety of rice as well, and hops. Okay. Well, it does kind of have a kind of mid-range sort of nose. It's very, very floral. Some light fumes coming off. Kind of peachy, light stone fruity, but with kind of an edge, like a kind of sugary, frosting, sugary sort of thing. Okay, pleasant. Maybe like a apple-like. Well, this is unusual. Quite fruity right away. The sake is kind of blended very, very nicely with this, and I'm assuming that they are using their house IPA in this, which is one of the best IPAs, or used to be one of the best IPAs in Japan, as the base IPA. So I'm assuming they blended it with the sake, and the house IPA, I believe, was something like around 6 or 7%. And so light fruitiness, very gentle bitterness through mid palate, and it's kind of disguised by the alcohol warmth, which is certainly you feel, definitely. And the hops are certainly present, but at 52 IBUs, I would expect a little bit more in the flavor. Kind of detecting it in the nose a bit, but it seems kind of like suppressed. Mostly a fruity kind of nose. Definitely some apples, something a little heavier, maybe a thick peach puree of sorts, and the bitterness and alcohol kind of hit together in mid palate and carry you through to the end. Very light bitter tracks, but it's primarily alcohol warmth that is coming out through here. It's interesting. A light sipper. I don't think I would drink a whole bottle of this at one go. Yeah, it's a very gentle character that I wasn't expecting, and I'm assuming that the sake kind of detracts or takes away from the IPA character here. It doesn't seem like an IPA. It doesn't seem like a sake. Perhaps less than the sum of its parts. Yeah. In any case, interesting beer. If you're a Shiga Kogen fan, you may want to try this. They made 5,963 bottles of this, so it may still be available. I'll put a link to the website, Shiga Kogen online shop site, and you can see if you want to give it a go. I don't know if I could really recommend this here. It's interesting. I like it when people try new things. Of course, this is not a new thing for them. But in this case, I don't think it's entirely successful. Yeah, once again, it's called Shiga Kogen ENGI Sake IPA. 11%, 52 IBUs. Give it a go if you want, and let me know what you think. Please do subscribe to the channel. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.